The security guard catches the boy at exactly 8:04 a.m., one hand on his collar, the other closing around the bread. The bread costs $3.50. The car idling behind Marcus Reed costs $380,000. The boy does not fight, does not cry, does not beg. He reaches into his jacket pocket instead. A small crowd forms on the pavement. Two adult males near the bakery entrance stepping sideways. An older male in a wool coat moving slightly away, as if closeness to this moment might cost him something. Everyone watching, nobody moving. And then the boy's hand comes out of his pocket. A crumpled $2 bill, smooth flat, folded and unfolded so many times the creases have gone white, held up toward the security guard's chest. Not enough. Every person on that pavement knows it is not enough. The boy knows it too. He holds it up anyway. Across the street, Marcus Reed stops walking. Silver hair, charcoal overcoat. A schedule that costs more than most people earn in a year. He stops completely. His driver says something through the open car window. Marcus does not hear it. His eyes are on the $2 bill held up in the cold morning air. Small, crumpled, absolutely serious. Something moves across Marcus's face then. Fast, private, old. The kind of expression a man makes when a wound he believed was healed turns out to have only been sleeping. The boy's name is Noah, 11 years old, thin jacket, worn sneakers one size too large. Standing completely still in the security guard's grip with the specific stillness of someone who has learned that stillness is safer than struggle. He does not look at the crowd. His eyes keep pulling somewhere else, down the street, past the pharmacy, past the corner, somewhere small and urgent that has nothing to do with bread. The $2 bill is still in the air. Marcus takes one step off the pavement, then stops himself. He stands there, halfway between his car and the boy across the road. And for the first time in perhaps 30 years, he does not know what to do next. He has built 14 companies from nothing. He has never once stood on a pavement not knowing what to do. But Noah's eyes keep pulling down that street, and something about the direction they pull, something about the specific urgency packed into an 11-year-old's face at 8 in the morning, is reaching into a place inside Marcus that no boardroom has ever touched. His driver steps out of the car. Marcus raises one hand. The driver stops. And Marcus Reed, the man who has not turned back from anything in 3 decades, does not get in. He has watched this boy for less than 2 minutes, but whatever is down that street, whatever this boy is trying so desperately to return to, is about to reach into Marcus Reed's chest and pull something out that has been buried there for 38 years. And he does not yet know that the $2 bill in that boy's hand is the same $2 he himself once held. In a different city, in a different lifetime, on the worst night of his life. He came for a morning meeting. He has not moved from this pavement in 4 minutes, and the boy with the bread is already running. What Marcus does in the next 30 seconds will cost him nothing and change everything. Marcus crosses the street at 8:06 a.m. He says 2 words to the security guard, hands him a card. The guard releases Noah's collar without another word, and Noah does not look back at the man who freed him. He tucks the bread under his arm and runs. Marcus does not call after him, does not introduce himself, does not wait to be thanked. He follows. Alone, no driver, no assistant, no phone call to hand this to someone more appropriate. 6 blocks on foot through the cold gray morning, charcoal overcoat, silver hair, breath visible in the air, keeping his distance behind a boy who runs like someone who has been running this exact route for months. Same turns, same shortcuts. Noah knows every crack in this pavement. The building he enters is 4 stories of faded brick, windows patched with cardboard on the upper floors, front steps worn to a curve in the center from years of weight pressing down on the same spot. Marcus stops across the street. He looks at the building for a moment. Something in his face goes very quiet. Then he sees the window. Ground floor. Left side. Curtain half open. Eli, 7 years old, lying on a thin mattress on the floor, wrapped in a blanket too small for his body. Face flushed deep pink from 3 days of fever. Eyes closed. Breath visible even from this distance. Shallow, slow, the breathing of a small body working far too hard to do something that should come easily. Noah appears in the frame. He breaks the bread, brings a piece carefully to his brother's lips. waits. Eli stirs slightly. Noah waits longer, patient, practiced. The patience of someone who has been doing this alone for a long time without being asked to. Marcus does not move from across the street. He does not blink. A middle-aged male neighbor steps out of the building doorway behind him, arms folded, eyes narrowed at the man in the expensive coat standing on the pavement, staring at a ground floor window. "You gonna call someone? Social services or something?" Marcus says nothing. The neighbor goes back inside. His phone is already in his hand, his assistant's name on the screen. One call, one instruction. Handled, delegated, resolved. The clean professional distance of a man who has learned to fix things without touching them. He stares at the screen. 4 seconds. He puts the phone back. He tells himself it is already handled. The bread is paid for. The situation is confirmed. Someone more appropriate will come. He takes 1 step toward the street. Then the door opens. Noah comes back outside. He sits on the building steps and opens his hand. Coins. Every one of them counted carefully across his palm. $3.40. The pharmacy 3 blocks away sells the fever medicine for $14. Noah knows this number. He has checked twice this week. He stares at what is in his hand, then closes his fist, and does not move. Marcus watches from across the street. He does not move either. A boy with $3.40 sitting on cold steps with a closed fist. And something that has been sealed inside Marcus Reed for 38 years, behind 14 companies, behind 1,000 decisions, behind all the specific careful armor a man builds when he loses something too young, begins very quietly to crack open. He has written checks. He has funded hospitals. He has put his name on buildings. But the boy on those steps has just shown him the one thing that money was never able to touch. And Marcus Reed, for the first time in 38 years, is about to stop delegating and sit down. Marcus Reed does not call his assistant, does not send his driver, does not open his phone. He crosses the street alone, charcoal overcoat, silver hair, the most powerful man on this pavement, and sits down on the building steps beside an 11-year-old boy with $3.40. Noah looks at him. Marcus looks forward. Neither speaks. The afternoon light is beginning to shift, pale gray warming, almost imperceptibly toward amber. The first suggestion of something softer, trying to break through the cold. Noah does not ask who he is. Marcus does not explain. They sit on the worn, curved steps in silence. The kind of silence that does not need to be filled because both of them already understand the shape of it. Then Marcus reaches into his coat. Not his phone, not his wallet of cards, not the checkbook his assistant keeps reminding him to carry. His hand goes to the inside breast pocket. The old one, the worn leather fold that has lived in every coat he has owned for 38 years. He opens it slowly. Inside, behind nothing, beside nothing, a single folded bill, worn soft at the edges, creased white along every fold. Handled so many times the paper has taken on the texture of something living. A $2 bill. Old, kept, never spent. Marcus unfolds it carefully. He holds it flat on his palm beside Noah's crumpled $2 bill, still resting on the step between them. 2 bills. One from this morning, one from 1986. Same value, same creases, same desperate seriousness of a small amount held by someone who had nothing else. Noah stares at them. He does not understand. Marcus does not explain. Some things cannot be explained. Some things can only be placed beside each other and allowed to mean what they mean. Marcus stands. He makes 3 phone calls, quiet, direct, no introduction, no title. A doctor, a pharmacy, a building supervisor. He does not announce any of it to Noah, does not ask for gratitude, does not wait to be seen doing it. Within 40 minutes, a male doctor arrives at the ground floor apartment. Within the hour, Eli has medicine, a proper blanket, and someone who knows what to do. Noah watches all of it from the doorway. His fist, which has been closed all morning, finally opens. He does not cry. He simply breathes, long and slow, the way a person breathes when they have been holding something very heavy, and someone has quietly taken the other end. After the doctor leaves, Marcus goes back outside. He sits on the building steps alone. The street has gone quieter. The amber light is real now, warm, low, falling across the worn stone steps in one long, still line. His hands rest on his knees, large hands, steady hands. The hands of a man who has signed his name to 14 companies and never once felt what he feels right now. He has sat on steps like these before, once, one night, 38 years ago. A different city, a different building. A 9-year-old boy named Daniel who had a fever nobody came to treat. Marcus sat on those steps all night. Nobody came. He reaches into the worn leather fold, takes out both bills, his and Noah's, and holds them together for a moment in the amber light, then folds them carefully, places them side by side in the old pocket, together now. He has carried the empty space of that night for 38 years. He carries something different now. A few minutes later, the ground floor window glows warm from inside. Noah is visible through the glass, sitting beside Eli's mattress, the blanket properly covering his brother now. Eli's breathing slower, easier, the fever beginning to lose its grip. Noah places one hand on his brother's forehead. He does not look out the window. He does not know Marcus is still sitting on the steps. He does not need to know. Some men spend their whole lives building empires to outrun a moment they could not fix. And then one ordinary morning, a boy with $2 shows them the way back.